You let out a gasp so sharp it pains your ribs. You aren't alone. Oh, he's sniffing the seat! He's sniffing our seat! Holy shit! Bro's such a creeper! Oh my god! Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I will be playing your Affliction, Lester Diaz. This one is a long time coming. It was released back in February of this year. It is by Pink Angel. If you have heard this name on the channel before, Pink Angel is also the creator of Your Hero, Jace Blackwood, which I have played, all that's been released so far, so definitely check out those videos too if you do enjoy this one. I really enjoyed Your Hero, Jace Blackwood. Jace's character, perfection to me. I love it so much, so I'm really excited to see what Pink Angel has done with this game and the character Lester. The description reads, you started a brand new job as an office receptionist. It's too bad you can't escape him. Your new coworker, Lester Diaz. A strange man with an intense staring problem. A man who seemed all too interested in you the moment he saw you. And you can't decide whether you're flattered or horrified with each passing day as you discover how he is around your desk behind closed doors. Do you feel disgust or pity? Will he end up dead by your hands? Or will he end up becoming his beloved pet? His lover? Or maybe his dinner? So there are two different versions. There is a free version and then the paid version. The paid version is $7.99. I am playing the paid version. The differences is that the free version / streamer version does have a lot of things cut out, like some of the more of the graphic scenes. I do believe Lester's actions are toned down too. So if you do want the full experience, definitely buy the full version like I have. Because this is being uploaded to YouTube, I will have to cut out some scenes and do some censoring, just letting you guys know. YouTube will definitely not let whatever's gonna happen fly, I just know it. Maybe I'll just make a Patreon and upload it there. Maybe for free, or just do like a small little subscription, like what, $5 a month maybe? I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see. I feel like I need a lot more content that can't be uploaded to YouTube in order to really do that. But anyway, I have left links in my description as always to Pink Angel's Twitter, the itch.io page for the game. Definitely check out Your Hero, Jace Blackwood also. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, what have you for me if you guys enjoy this video. And I have, my head's kind of in the way, but there's a part in the menu like it's books. And it says 101 recipe cookbooks and then trapping animals. A lovely combination going together. And I don't think it's doing it now, but when I first opened up the game, there's like a knocking sound against the glass. Like he's knocking towards me. Oh, there it is. So you move and it just... Okay, we're actually gonna for real go ahead and get started. Right, lots and lots of warnings. Definitely pause and read all of these. Unlike the rest of the game, the prologue has limited choices and ways to treat Lester, so choose wisely. Please select your pronouns. I will. Oh, haha, I like that. Gives you lots of different options of what you want to choose. She, her, and I definitely have a vagina. All right, my name. My keyboard's all the way off to the side. Why is it always you? Despite the years of torment it brings you, you just can't seem to wrestle your way out from the creeps, perverts, freaks. They're like rotten flies, swat one way, and 7 more takes its place. Dirty, grimy, rancid good-for-nothing men who get off on making you uncomfortable. Okay. I don't know if it has the same effect on you guys, but the fly buzzing in my ear is actually making me nervous and I have like a chill up my spine. I don't like it. I'm just gonna move my headphones a little bit. Worse than flies, but just as eager to get their filthy hands on you. Always crawling on you, ready to pounce and devour. Your last job as a lowly pizza deliverer brought about more ass grabs and raunchy overused pet names that you care to remember. Before that, As a retail worker, you were ogled as you set items on the shelves, asked how much it would be to buy you, treated like nothing more than meat. Oh, I'm enjoying this already. So we're already establishing that us as the player has had unfortunate run-ins with people before. You thought your new job as a receptionist would be different. Something dignified. Oh, hey, buddy! Oh, so up close already. But this job would bring something much worse than flies. Worse than a lecherous, greasy old man. Little did you know, you have a cannibal staring you down every single day. Little did you know, he'd offer you human flesh out of love, and you'd actually consider trying it. Little did you know, he'd become your affliction. And little did you know, he couldn't live without you. Day 0, our prologue. Look at that. All right, let's see how we start off everything with this man. You'll never forget your first day as a receptionist. You woken up bright and early, your chest teeming with shiny new aspirations. Finally, a job where you're seen as equal, as someone worthy of respect as much as anyone else in this office. The first hour was blissful, almost therapeutic. Dancing around and decorating your new desk, you had eyed and mingled with your new coworkers. Polite, succinct, tactful. Even your boss was tender-handed with his words. It was nothing like your old jobs, if you could even call them that. But as 10 a.m. rolled around, and you finally gotten settled into your exciting new environment, someone rocked the boat. Brandishing a mess of hair that looked like it hadn't been brushed in weeks, and a sweat-stained shirt that had truly never been ironed a day in its life. A large man sauntered into the office, clearly late. 10 a.m.? And this is an office job. I'm assuming at least 9 a.m. at the latest is when everyone should be in, right? Or maybe 8. He looked so casual. You almost mistook him at first glance for a family member of your boss. And as he stretched as if he just worked an all-nighter rather than coming in late, he locked his beady eyes on you. Almost tripping over himself like you were a fresh bottle of water in an arid desert, and he was on the brink of kneeling over in dehydration. He scrambled over to your desk, his jaw plummeting as he went. Already, bro? You just met me. Hey, yeah, hey, buddy. And this man had simply stared. Okay. He just stared and stared and stared more, finally picking his jaw up off the floor. At the time, it didn't register as creepy or unnerving to you in the slightest. In fact, you actually felt flattered. Flattered enough to ignore the lingering cocktail of musky sweat, cheap cologne, and stale cigarette smoke he brought with them. Oh, deal breaker. Cigarette smoke? No, but thankfully I can't smell it. As he seemingly gazed at you awestruck, you had no choice but to better take in his unconventional appearance. He was tall, ridiculously so. This was your first observation, and probably anyone else's. Clearly well over 6'5". Damn! And after eyeing his tall figure, from his messy hair to his worn-out shoes, your gaze instinctively latched to his marred face. Ooh, up close. A long, nasty scar, carving its way down his forehead and into his cheek, greeted your eager eyes first. Ouch, must have hurt like hell. Next, your eyes ran to the opposite side of his face, which was freckled with a type of scarring you immediately associated with burning. And then, as you two awkwardly gaze at each other, you are left with a set of unique eyes, like nothing you'd ever seen. One eye, a dark fathomless pool, and the other, a stark kind of blue hardly found in nature. Gorgeous, this man was. And to think he looked at you like you were the prize at the bottom of his cereal box. But soon, very soon, the flattery had worn off. The seconds absolutely dragged on, and he neither spoke nor introduced himself. Okay. Instead, he continued to gawk at you, reminding you all too well of your previous jobs and the lowly men you encountered almost daily. Tick-tock. 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 Are you... Oh, okay. How long are you gonna stand there, buddy? Say something, weirdo. And suddenly, his stares didn't feel so special. Suddenly, it wanted nothing more for this large man to blink. Your pulse, like a jackhammer in your veins, and your nervous system detonated. You either had to speak up, or let him continue to stare you down. Hello? Hey, hi, are you still just staring? It had come out a warbled mess of sludge. Your syllables slurring together like you were drunk on your first day. Being drunk might have made this entire fiasco a little easier, you had to admit. Okay, he replied back, hi. Are you just gonna continue staring? Are you gonna clock in, maybe go to your desk, answer some emails? Your eyes had twitched at his tone, so strong that someone might have mistaken it for a stroke. His voice was low and crackling, being as strange and unwelcoming as you were beginning to find his persistent glares. You had offered a large and strained smile, hoping with an introduction he'd stop leering and move on. I'm Lottie, nice to meet you. Yeah, nice for the first 10 seconds. Static made your fingers tingle as he reached out to give a peace offering. Anything, absolutely anything to get this behemoth to finally leave you alone. He took the bait, hook, line, and sinker, his large hand slinking out to take yours. Cold, clammy, then warm and wet. Okay. Like being an unlucky victim sitting next to someone else pissing in a pool. That is a way to describe that. Lester. Lester Diaz. That's my name. Lester. It hits you like a train full of wet deli meat. Gross. What a strange and beastly name for such a strange and beastly man. Is Lester that weird of a name? No, I don't think I've ever heard anyone being called Lester. I am so sorry to any Lesters who is watching this video. I don't think it's a weird name. Feeling the discomfort beginning to show on your wide eyes and slack jaw, you had yanked your hand back and wiped it on your freshly dry, clean top. Cool. Nice name, buddy. Not cool in the slightest. For those first few moments, it was bliss thinking you had a quiet and normal office job. Lottie. Hearing him utter your name made the acid in your stomach bubble up to your throat, and you almost retched. How quickly this man had changed in front of your eyes, from tall and rugged model to awkward and unfortunate weirdo. To prove his point further, this maniac had continued to leer, like the lights weren't on and no one was home. You even anticipated a gnarly pickup line or a dirty little wink to accompany the staring, but surprisingly nothing. Regardless, you counted the seconds. 186 seconds until he left you alone. Jesus, bro, you just sat there and stared? Without a fucking word. Without a sorry, spaced out there for a sec, or damn. cat got my tongue. Sorry. He just left. And he wanted to feel relieved. But... Bro, there's no shot! He took 2 long steps forward and plopped down into his desk, just feet from yours. Like a punch to the gut, like Lester himself sunk his fist right into your ribcage, you had let out a groan. You knew it. You couldn't escape him. Today wasn't an unlucky one-off hazing you had to endure to become part of the team. This was going to be your life. And, just like you expected, the second day of your shiny new job hit you like a shotgun blast. You hadn't gotten an ounce of sleep, and to your dismay, Lester wasn't late like the day before. Seconds after arriving, he darted over to your desk again, like he'd been following you. Jesus! Alright, you definitely need to talk about a few things here. So obviously in the beginning, we found out that MC has had unfortunate luck with men ogling, being perverted, gross, uncomfortable, what have you, anything else in that category. And now that they have an office job, they assumed everything would be nice and pristine, people would be much more professional than the customers at their previous job. And it seemed like everything was going great. Our coworkers were great, our boss was really nice and comforting man, making sure everything was all right. So we had we got good outlook on what's going to happen, high hopes. Like, yeah, my life is finally turning around, probably got a nice, good paying job, a raise from what I had before, and now don't have to have any of these creeps and weirdos just leering at me and offering fun activities with them, if you want to call it like that. And when Lester came in, I'm assuming when he first started leering at us, we didn't think nothing bad about it because our guard was let down. But how nice and friendly everyone was in at the office. They're just normal people, so we assumed he'd be like that. But yeah, he quickly proved us wrong and just stared. And that's the weird part about it. Him just staring, and like, did no one else catch him staring? Like, that's what's kind of throwing me off. Did no one else really see this man stare at us for a few seconds and not notice how awkwardly we just stood there waiting for him to leave? And now on our second day, bro moved over to our desk so damn quickly. Like, he was actually waiting for us. And that concerns the hell out of me. Oh my god. I'm really curious to see how they'll develop his character and relationship with the MC, because right now we want nothing to do with this man. Bad first impression and bad second impression, really making our job hell already so quickly. Hot on your heels, like your desk, your safe space was his. And as a brain-dead zombie would, there he stood without a word. Feeling defeat already, you scrolled your phone for a good few minutes, just waiting for him to leave, not daring to make eye contact. But he never took the fucking hint. How the hell were you supposed to take calls, write appointments, or check emails with this man treating you like an insect under a microscope? Didn't he have his own desk to trot over to? Screw this. Yes? Can I help you? Do you need something? Like some sticky notes? Need some copies made? You had finally snapped, your tone anything but patient or forgiving. Morning. Bro, how long did you stand there to say good morning? Good morning? Did you need something? To your bewilderment, as if he was only waiting for you to acknowledge him, he raised both his arms up, showing off 2 cups of... Let me get this straight. He had those cups in his hand the whole time, but he was waiting for me to acknowledge him instead of him saying, oh, hey, here you go. I got some coffee this morning. Not sure if you like sugar or milk or anything, but I just want to do something nice. Oh my god, I'm actually really enjoying this character. Very different from what I'm used to when I'm playing games like these, like dating sims, anything with yanderes. He is so awkward and so off-putting. It makes me cringe, and I kind of like that though. Clearly one for you, and one for him. You like coffee? I actually don't. Can I actually say that? No, and just make him feel sad? You know what? I think he's the type I want to bully. I think that's what it is. It took you by surprise. You swallowed down the curse that had been lingering on your tongue and tried to be grateful. Sure, yeah, thank you. And watched me as I dumped that into the trash can. You had relaxed your shoulders, or tried to. Anyway, giving your best to seem thankful, he actually had a reason for loitering at your desk. How... You scrunch your nose in confusion. How what? Do you like it? How? You couldn't help but feel like you were being talked to by a caveman. And the question swam around in your brain is what finally made sense. At least, you thought. How do I like my coffee? And Lester nodded. With a few creamers and sugars, I guess. I'm tired, so anything works. You? And there the psycho went, without another word, dashing off like he just started a marathon, leaving you like he wasn't the one who started the entire conversation himself. Is he gonna grab what I need for the coffee? Weirdo? That he was, without a doubt. But at least he hadn't called you anything raunchy yet, or tried to grope you. The bar is in hell! The bar is in total hell! Wait. Should you really been grateful for him being a decent human being? You had closed your eyes, uncurled your toes, and breathed out from the deepest part of your soul, desperate for a way out of the awkwardness. He did. He actually did. He didn't even say, I'll be right back, or oh, let me grab those for you. Bro just left with a mission on his mind. Coffee, for you. His abrupt voice startled you like a shock wave. His abrupt voice startled you like a shockwave of thunder as he set the cup of coffee on your desk. Shit, you scared me. You let out a gasp and clasped a weary hand to your heart. Damn him for moving so quietly, for sneaking up on you without a freaking sound. And as you calmed, the rapid seconds ticked by and your pulse slowed. Lester wilted. You really? There's simply no other word to describe how his strong brows pinched, his shoulders drooped, his lower lip shivered, and he let out an almost silent sigh. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you. Excuse you? Regret flickered in both you and him. No, You scoured a hand over your face with a groan. No, I'm on it. Sorry. Thank you for the coffee. No way in hell I'm apologizing. He stared blankly again. No words. Nothing. Feeling a little bit pressured with his gaze drilling a hole into your face, you had bit the bullet and took a sip of the coffee. Is it safe? Cause I know the track record of Yonderdays giving you drinks and food. Good? He raised his heavy brows, curiosity overriding his previously sorry expression. It was good, delicious, piping hot and perfect, just the way you liked it. Yeah, thank you. Your voice meant it, and meant it well. Best cup of coffee you had in a long time. To this, he smiled. Yeah, he actually smiled. Another punch to the gut, except this one was different. You welcomed it. Witnessing Lester's smile made you despise him a bit less. Girl, He didn't remind you of a zombie or robot, not like yesterday, but a human with feelings and wants and desires and thoughts. Unfortunately, though, the wonder and thrill of it didn't last long. As you were still in awe of the gentle curve of his lips, he plopped right back down in his seat to Kakachi support. Oh, I like that though. It was like he's so awkward, and then when we see just a ghost of a smile, he's like, oh, maybe he's not a bad person, he looks alright. He goes and destroys that image so quickly. It happened less as the days went on, sure, but never really stopped. In between typing at his desk and filing papers or sneaking over to the printer, he kept his dead eyes glued to you. There were times when he chewed on a granola bar and watched you like his favorite show. Gnawing away, just gazing at you like a gazelle about to be pounced on by a lion. To add on to his curiosities, he never stopped bringing you coffee. He started coming in early before you to have it waiting hot and fresh. And strangely enough, he never really tried to make conversation again. Okay? He pranced up to your desk, rest his hairy arms on the counter, blink a few times, and say nothing. Is no one actually seeing this? No. One person, one coworker has have to see this. The only way this makes sense is that they don't care really what Lester is doing, like he's that important to the company, or from the way, the angle they're seeing it in their position, it doesn't look bad. Maybe like we're just talking and chatting. After a few weeks, the urge to inform HR slowly. I was wondering, are we ever gonna file a complaint against this man? Sickeningly so, like rancid taffy building between your teeth. You should have, definitely. But you couldn't bear to do it, to brush your teeth of the mess. Why? You didn't really have an answer. Oh. Did you feel bad? Guilty? Sorry for Lester? Maybe he was just an awkward loner after all, not a creep. Was his coffee he gave to you each morning just that good? Nothing seemed like enough to justify letting him get away with ogling you every day. Yet you did. You let him get away with it each time. And now, it's the end of December. And it's been over 2 months of working this desk job. 2 months of watching this man ogle you and just stare creepily and give you coffee every day. Lester is definitely creepy. You somehow managed to mark the second full month of your job unscathed. The coffee Lester brings you just as delectable each morning, yet the staring all the same. Also, accepting the coffees, that's just fueling him on to like, okay, she likes the coffees, I'm gonna keep on doing that. Surprisingly, it's finally getting a little easier to manage, mostly because you expect it now. Sort of like a celebrity singer taking the stage for the first time and watched by thousands. After a while, the paralyzing fear starts to dwindle. And despite Lester not even offering conversation, you started to, well, how else can you say it? Develop a bit of a soft spot for him. It's been 2 months now, and despite the laser-like stares, he's never said anything inappropriate. That's what it is. Despite Lester making MC uncomfortable, they feel like it's much better compared to all the lecherous words and the ogling. No, here's ogling here too. What Lester is doing, despite making us uncomfortable, they don't really see it as inappropriate compared to their previous jobs. As we saw in the beginning, how people offered money and all these lecherous words they say. So they're assuming what Lester is doing is better and they're just dealing with it. MC is tolerating his actions because it's much better compared to their previous job. And that's definitely gonna come back to bite them in the butt. He's never called you any pet names. He's never tried asking you out even once. And the coffee he gives you every single morning is absolutely world class. Maybe you were wrong about him. He's becoming less of a creep and more of a sweet little husky. As you snack on chips in the break room, the thought really solidifies itself in the wrinkles of your brain. Yeah, with those striking eyes and messy fur, he really is just like a husky, isn't he? Big, fluffy, and harmless. Quiet with eyes that stares mindlessly, thoughtlessly, loyal, and always ready with coffee for you. Hell, even his voice can be described as husky. Kind of cute. Cute. Are you allowed to say that? Are you allowed to admit that he's kind of adorable? It's insane to think a man so tall, rugged, and strong can be considered adorable, and yet, right now, no other word will do. Lester is finally growing on you. Well, look at that. You giggle to yourself, downing the last of your lunch, ready to be stared at a bit more. But as you get up to toss your trash, a duo of familiar voices kept you locked in your tracks. Agnes and Beatrice, two middle-aged women who love to gossip. They're like the office's raunchy little newspapers, always providing the good and bad on your coworkers. Am I gonna get some gossip about Lester? You never believed in the trope of water cooler gossip until you met them. Usually, you tried drowning them out, but this time... Me? Me? Did you hear about Lottie? Of course, it catches your attention. This time, the gossip is about you. It's never about you. Creeping around a corner so you aren't spotted, you narrow in on their words. Here, do you mean from Lester? What? Because he won't stop whispering her fucking name. It's so weird. Oh, I should have seen that one coming. Oh my god, the date they gave him! They're not dating, right? I've never seen Lester with a girlfriend and a day in his life. So, he already has this reputation in the office? Oh my god! That is a wild name. Do not tell me the only reason his name is Lester is so they could make this little pun here. Holy shit, that's so wild. Just imagining your name is Lester and your coworkers give you that nickname? Mo Lester. What kind of name is that? He's weird and strange, but nothing to that extent. Yet. Because he can't get a girlfriend. No, the thing is, he could. He's tall, handsome, speaks Spanish. Beatrice lets out a pained sigh. If he wore deodorant instead of that cheap cologne, and if he brushed his hair, and he actually talked in whole sentences, everyone would swarm him like flies. Okay. So it's good to know I'm not the only one who kind of notices his appearance. Right? I thought I was going insane imagining it. He's good looking, yeah, but I would not want to be locked in a room with him alone, that's for sure. Your toes curl in your shoes, and you take a hard breath. And guess what? I saw him take 3 of her pins from her desk and just suckle them. Slobbered all over his desk like a nasty... And you, didn't tell me shit? Do not tell me he put those pins back on my desk and I used them. Are you serious? And last week, when I came in early, I saw him digging around in her trash too. He just... These are horrible co-workers. There's no shot they saw something this concerning. Didn't tell me, a boss, HR, no one? You're just gonna let me suffer? Oh my goodness. Does Lottie know about it? No, I do not. Beats me. If you want my opinion, it's better. Would you Would you want to know about this? I feel like I should. Like, I'm going about my day as if nothing bad is going on, and I should know something is happening. Like, something this concerning. Your blood runs cold, and then hot, and then cold again. You're not hallucinating, are you? This isn't a vision caused by burning fluorescent lighting, right? Nope. Maybe he was whispering your name to try to remember it. That you can forgive. Oh, we're trying to explain everything. But stealing your pens and sucking on them, that's just fucking insane. And your trash? What could he possibly need in there? He's a creep after all, isn't he? Just like the sickos that you dealt with before. This can't freaking continue. You have to do something about it. Okay, so we are finally doing something now that we know his action just isn't staring at us from afar. Right? Yes? You're left. Difficult? How is it difficult? Wait, hold on. Chat. I want to confront this man. I just want to see his reaction. Yeah, I'll confront him. Somehow. Some way. It's not fair just to blindly believe gossip, right? I know it's true, but I just want to confront him. Maybe these girls hate him. Maybe he has an explanation. And maybe he has a reason. Maybe it's just all a nasty little misunderstanding. Regardless, you're finding out tomorrow. You have to. You didn't sleep. Not really, anyway. You kept your tired head glued to your headboard, trying your best to play detective and understand Lester. He didn't seem harmful or dangerous with his tight, sparing words and glossy eyes. But his actions clearly spoke differently. Enough that your coworkers dubbed him Molester, a name so horrific you almost feel sorry for the guy. Not yet. You won't feel sorry yet. And now, driving in almost 45 minutes early to work due to lack of sleep, you're left with a sour taste in your mouth. It's fine. Perfectly fine. Your questions will be answered soon enough. Your questions will be answered soon enough. Your questions will be answered soon enough. You repeat the mantra the entire drive to work, even whispering it to yourself as you slink out of your car into the dark morning air. Yawning so hard, your jaw pops. You slip up the office stairs and the front doors. Cold. Dark. Calm. You slide towards your desk, giving your neck a much-needed crack. Are we the first ones here? Are we gonna catch Lester doing something? Work is better this way. Being alone brings such comfort. No one else to worry about. No boss breathing down your neck or scolding you about missing a call when you went to the bathroom. No gossiping woman hell-bent on scooping out the worst in everyone. No strange man covered in scars who... Ah! You let out a gasp so sharp it pains your ribs. You aren't alone. Holy, he's sniffing the seat! He's sniffing our seat! Holy shit! Bro's such a creeper! Oh my god! Oh dear lord. Oh dear lord. Okay. In the still, chilling air of the room, you peer over your desk. A cup of hot coffee greets your eyes. He still brought the coffee. And then your chair. And then your eager eyes lock onto a figure glued to your chair. A beast so large, you almost mistake it for a rabid dog. A husky. Lester. His voice! It's almost pitch black, but a strange action sear into your eyes, like every light in the building illuminates the nasty picture before you. Just what is he doing? What the hell can he possibly be doing? You stand on your toes to snag a better look at him, your lower lip curled in absolute disgust. To your mortification, Lester is hunched over, practically growling. His head is latched onto the seat of your chair, his wheezing inhalation so deep you could probably still hear it from outside of the room. He's sniffing your seat and panting like a dog. Oh God, you knew it. You knew he was a sicko. He's growling your name. So we can't see what's going on underneath. What is he doing? Like it's a dirty curse. Like it's keeping him alive. Like he lives for it. You clamp your shaking hand to your lips, careful not to let any groans of festering hatred. Oh my God! The crisp sound of his belt unbuckling tickles your ears as the air in the room tightens like a snake around your throat, and your dread increases 100-fold. And as he pulls down his pants in the dark of the room, questions swarm your sweltering mind. I'm gonna have to. Why is he doing this? How far will this animal go? Just how far has he gone? It's your turn now to stare like a brain-dead bag of flesh like he always has. To drink in the f***ed up situation, the chaos of it all. He isn't going to do it, right, girl? He won't, right? He won't. Oh, I can't show that! I can't show that! The same way he takes the exact path towards your desk every morning. The way he chews the exact same brand of granola bar every single afternoon. And the way he waves the exact same way as he watches you leave every evening. Psychopath. And like the psychopath he is, he begins humming as he yanks his pants back up and leaves the room. As you stand, hidden behind your desk, a feverish trembling taking over you, making it almost impossible to process all of this. You have to break it down in chunks, or your brain will surely fry. Lester is a pervert, after all. For some reason, he's taken a sort of obsession with you. He steals your pens, sucks on them, and fucks your chair and comes in your coffee. Nope, it still doesn't make sense. You have to be losing your mind. A scream crawls up your throat, and you swallow it down, almost choking in the process. The hell are you supposed to do now? Let's leave? Should you go directly to HR? You should, right? Hell, you should be hightailing it to the police. This man is unwell, a danger to you and others, right? Mo Lester has to be dealt with. It takes far too long for you to find your way to your car outside, but you manage, every inch of your skin electric to the touch. You almost don't have the energy to get into the vehicle, but you have no choice with a sudden downpour of frozen rain. You sit in the car, cold, alone, a hysteric meltdown just waiting to emerge and take over, sending you to the psych ward. You wrestle to keep your calm. You can't freak out. You can't catastrophize. Shit! You punch your steering wheel and clasp your hands to your head. This is insane. Everything. You know, right now, Lester is in the building, sitting at his desk, waiting for you. Waiting to give you your cum coffee on your nice little pre-cum spirit seat. Not a cute little dog. And yet, somehow, he still kind of is. You know the look he'll give you. The mindless, innocent stare. The careful, quiet good morning without a lick of intention behind it. Blank. He's not cheerful, or angry, or anything. He's just Lester. No ulterior motives or threatening gestures. He's as bland as sand, like the taste of plain oatmeal, or the appearance of a white crayon. He's harmless. Despite him fucking your chair and jizzing in your coffee, he still feels harmless. He's harmless. Yeah, he is. He's a pervert, but you don't fear him. Maybe you can't confront him after all. Harmless after everything? Should you? You wait. And wait. And wait for an answer that never comes. And when the time comes that you usually enter the building, you leave your car. You jolt through the now bright office doors, bracing yourself. Your desk in your line of sight. The chair that had just been violated by Lester, and Lester himself. There he stands, a coffee cup in hand. Your previous prediction completely correct. He's a loyal dog. An awkward husky, but a husky nonetheless. Your legs are jelly as you saunter over, avoiding eye contact. Morning. Yeah. Good morning. Everything is fine. Nothing happened. You spit the word out, grab the cup from his hands, and take a seat. Are we gonna drink the cum coffee? It's still warm, your chair, and you can't ignore the slightly musky scent left behind. You couldn't really recognize until now. Why don't you hate it? You should. You should be asking for a new chair. For a new coworker altogether. But you don't. Long day today, looking forward to the holiday break. Lester's deep voice catches your attention, making conversation for the first time in a long, long time. Have to stay over. What? You perk up and cock your head to the side, finding it hard to believe this quiet, awkward man was just humping your chair less than an hour ago. Paperwork. All-nighter. Yeah, judging by how often he takes breaks to stare at you, it makes sense his boss would ask him to stay over to make up the hours. Lester shuffles and rests his arm on your desk. Tired. Already? You manage a frantic smile, hoping he doesn't notice you haven't taken a sip from the coffee cup yet. You're in luck, as he waves and heads back to his desk, leaving you to fester in everything. See, he doesn't look bad from behind. He's just working. Brain held captive by the scene from earlier, you unintentionally replay it again and again in your mind. As you relive the moment, your eyes start around and settle on the back of Lester's messy head. He looks so peaceful, like he'd never do something as vulgar as you witnessed. Like he's nothing more than an awkward man who's got a crush on you. And as the hours drag on, you really start second-guessing yourself. Maybe you imagined it all. Maybe everything was a figment of your mind caused by stress. And by the time the end of your shift rolls around, you're more confused than ever. The clock strikes 5s and your knees knock together. It's the time of day where Lester turns to face you and watches you leave amongst your group of coworkers. Except now, he's made his way over to your desk, head cocked to the side, looking more like a sweet, loyal lapdog than ever. Didn't want coffee? Damn it. Of course you noticed you haven't taken so much as a sip. Yeah, I'm just not super thirsty today. The answer doesn't suffice. Lester's face darkens. You okay? Sick? No, I'm good. Just didn't feel like coffee. I had it for so long, man. You're hopeful. He doesn't pin down just how frantic you seem. The reason I didn't drink any was because your lips falter, desperate for an answer. Well, your pits moisten, and your head is close to bursting at the seams as you struggle for an excuse. Because I wanted to stay over, girl, and keep you company. Staying over on a Thursday night, 2 nights before your holiday break starts. Damn your runaway tongue. This was not at all the answer you were going for. Now we have to be stuck here, aren't we? But you did want to confront him, right? You clear your throat and drop your chin to your chest, groaning at your own pathetic panic. But when you lift your head, Lester is smiling again. He's definitely grinning. It's subtle like the beautiful Mona Lisa, but you can't miss it, and God, what a sexy smile it is. Me? You wanna stay over with me? And suddenly, you feel guilty? Girl, no, for everything. For calling him a pervert, for watching him f your chair, for thinking he's a creep, for absolutely everything. Thanks. You're not sure how, but Lester is glowing. Want to sit with me? He gestures towards his desk, but you haven't been forced to view it every day for the past 2 months. Sure. You honestly might have denied him if you hadn't seen him smile, but raining on the parade you just spoon-fed him seems diabolical. Hesitantly, you follow him to his desk, and the rest of your coworkers packing their things and turning off their overhead lights before taking their leave. And, just like the dark of the morning, when you thought you were alone, it's quiet. Ridiculously quiet. Need to balance the numbers. Lester pays no mind to anyone now, scrolling through spreadsheets and typing numbers like he always does, frequently gazing up to stare at you from the corner of his eyes. Well, at least we know he still does his work despite staring at me majority of the day. This isn't strange for him. Actually, is it even possible for Lester to feel awkward? Not much seems to bother him at all. He seems so placid. Swimming in your stiff emotions, you gnaw at the delicate flesh of your cheek. The intimacy of the silent clicks of his mouse and typing of his keyboard give you a chance to look at Lester clearly, even more clearer than the first day you met. Your eyes focus on the way his long lashes fan his cheeks. When he blinks, how his plump lips pull out the corners in concentration when he's confused. The hard dip of his nose that leaves you questioning if it was ever broken. And your gaze travels down to his scratchy and rugged stubble, to the curve of his Adam's apple, the way his chest hair peeks out of his wrinkled shirt. And further down to his stomach, his waist, and finally, your eyes land on his crotch. You're not sure why you settled there, but it knocks the breath from you, girl. Don't look at it. He's huge, blisteringly so. You siphon it aghast and don't let it out, and willing to let him see you just admired him. Girl, MC is so well for this. I'm so curious about the inner workings of MC's decisions for certain things. Oh, I can't show that! Nope, He caught you staring. Your cheeks flushed red hot, and the urge to cover your face and dart out of the room is so strong. You almost break and give in, calling it quits on the entire night. But you don't. You swallow it down and keep yourself bristled. Hungry? Might take a break. Lester seems unfazed by your ogling and 30 thoughts. Yeah, break sounds good. I'm a little hungry myself. Is this where the whole cannibalism comes in? Your voice is a shivering mess as you run your fingers through your hair. As you avoid eye contact, Lester reaches into a nearby drawer and pulls out a granola bar. You wait for him to tear the wrapper off in one swipe like he normally does, but he surprises you by reaching his granola-laden hand out in your direction. You like granola? Sure. You shake your head, focusing on the pathetic excuse for food he offers. I thought you meant an actual meal. Come to think of it, you've only ever seen this man eat granola bars. How is he so big with such a lousy diet? I prefer to eat lots of meat at home, but at work, it's all I have. No, that's okay. You push away from the desk. I'll just go get something for myself and I'll be right back. Or I just don't leave. No, or I just don't come back. You're pretty sure he nods in agreement, but doesn't get the chance to confirm as you rocket out of the room down the hall, eager to escape the stiffness of the office air. It makes no sense why you did it. Why you bought Lester food after you downed your own. It didn't feel right leaving without getting him something. Your mind kept going back to the sad, pathetic look of him, chowing down on the same granola bar over and over again. It wasn't much, but you wrangled him a triple cheeseburger and fries with a large soda. And when you returned through the front door, he eyes you like he always does. Was worried. Worried about you. Thought you left me. He can't help but notice the hard pinch of his brows, like he's had them locked for the last 20 minutes. Back. Sorry, had to go get some food. You prance over to the desk and give him an awkward smile. The truth is, though, I also got you some food. You sit the bag down on his desk, the same cautious smile pasted on your lips. Huh? It's almost a bark, loud and confused. What? You take a seat and reiterate. I bought you some food. That granola bar is pretty pathetic. Lester's mind seems to short circuit. Bought it. For me. Yeah, you looked hungry, and all you ever eat is granola bars. Your fake smile slowly transforms into a real one. Don't know how you're so big if that's all you eat. You deserve a real meal. Sorry, didn't have to. It's fine with granola. He clears his throat and swallows hard, his words jumbling together. No, it's fine. I just wanted to get you something. And he's quiet, brooding almost, like he's been socked in the face. That... He tenses up, finally speaking again, a vein his neck throbbing like he's not used to kindness. Thank you. It means a lot. You're welcome. You weren't expecting him to sound so genuine, so severely genuine. Human again. Quickly, he begins rummaging through the bag, hunger obvious, and in moments, he's got the food sprawled out on his desk and almost inhales it. You don't eat much? At work you only ever eat granola bars. Genuine curiosity makes you speak up as you watch him devour the meal. Tired. He speaks in between giant bites of the burger and fries. Alone. Oh, that checks out. Everyone's suspicions were correct after all. Alone, you mean as in, like, you don't have someone? You know, a boyfriend or girlfriend? Why are you pestering him when the answer is already clear as day? No. Lester downs the soda in large gulps. His answer not surprising in the least. Don't talk much. Not very interesting. Yeah, that's not true. You unfortunately feeling pity for this pervert, watching him eat like a starved orphan child. What are your interests? You're probably super interesting. He stops drinking and eating long enough to shake his head, deep in thought, like you ask him for the meaning of the universe and not just what he enjoys. Hunting. Of course you are. Okay, that's a little creepy, but it makes sense. You can definitely see him with a gun, or even a bow and arrow, or maybe a butcher knife. He taps his fingers on the desk and grunts, motioning like he's twisting a screwdriver. Fixing things. Yeah, he's definitely a handyman, not afraid to get dirty. Geocaching. What is that? What's that? Finding things. Treasure hunt. GPS. Okay, kind of weird, but it suits him. See, there's plenty of interesting things. You're super unique. That's putting it mildly. People don't like me much. Think I'm weird. Think I'm scary. He lowers his eyes, almost seemingly out of shame. Well, you can't even deny it. It's all true. This man is a looker, that's for sure. But his personality truly dampens any potential he could have. Feeling the awkward levels rise, you jump to your feet and toss away Lester's trash. I'm bad with flirting. Oh, I didn't really need to know about that, but is that the reason why you were sucking on my pins like a mad dog? He shuffles in his seat with a deep sigh. You're hoping he changed topics, but he pours himself out to you, looking like a sad, wet dog. Don't mean to be, just don't know how to, Sighing again, he makes bold eye contact. Not be scary or weird. Well, your earlier activities definitely do not help. You click your tongue, pity playing on your face. Well, why don't you start talking to them about something interesting? Like, for example, how did you get those scars on your face? You give him the most tender smile you can offer. My ex, she cut me, burns me. Oh my god. Okay. What? You expected a car accident, or maybe even a bear had slashed him open, but definitely not a crazy ex. How do we know she's the crazy one though? We called this man a creeper and everything, but now we're kind of warming up to him in a strange way. I really want to know more of the inner workings of the main character here. What? She did that to you? Yeah, He rakes his fingers through his messy locks and runs his tongue over his teeth. She wasn't very nice to me. Your heart sinks in your chest and your shoulders drop. But why? Why would she do that? Did she go to jail? What happened? You can't help the barrel of questions that shoot from your mouth like a freshly loaded gun. No, I never pressed charges. Said I scared her. I didn't. He takes another deep breath and holds it. Didn't want to scare her more. Jesus Christ, how long ago was this? I'm 35, so 15 years ago, about? 15 years, that's actually a big jump. He's 35, math, 20, he was 20 then, okay. So that happened in his 20s. So does that mean, did he have all these weird tendencies he has now compared to when he was 20? I guess 20, awkward guy maybe, but it's still a sus story. Like, I need to hear more about it before I fully believe the girlfriend was in the wrong, considering we already know all of his actions he's done towards us. How? What did you do to scare her? You leaned in, completely engrossed by the tale, your heart fluttering in your chest. I don't know. She liked to hit me. She hit me all the time, every day over little things. His already deep voice deepens, and he scrubs his jaw with his hand. It didn't ever hurt till she cut me. I was asleep. She did that while you were asleep? Gave me sleeping pills to knock me out. Hello? What the hell? That woman is a psychopath, carving him up like a pumpkin and leaving the pieces to rot. Woke up with cuts that needed stitches and burn marks on my face. Had to have surgery on my eye, but still can't see too well out of it. Let's keep that info in the back of our mind just in case you might need to use it. Your jaw drops further in astonishment. Had to stay in the hospital for a bit. It hurt real bad. And she never went to prison. Never saw her again. Made me feel like I imagined all of it. Holy shit. Ever since then, I don't talk much. Don't want to scare anyone. You whisper it under your breath, your chest burning like you're the one sliced up. That's why he hardly speaks. But he actually laughs. I am weird though, I know that. But well, you go to speak. His story tugging so fiercely on your heartstrings, you might break in tears. You're not that weird, you're just different. Really? Lester's eyes light up in fiery bewilderment. Girl, we're just giving this man hope. You don't think I'm really strange or creepy? Oh, I know what they say around the office. What they call me, Mo Lester. That's still such a wild name. That feels like something elementary or middle school students would come up with to make fun of you. The fire in his eyes doesn't waver for a second. Never touched anyone like that, but what? I guess I don't really care what they think about me, as long as they don't think I'm weird or scary. I think with a name like that, they definitely think you're weird and scary, buddy. Shit. What to say? What to say? You've really been developing a soft spot for him, haven't you? He's clearly got issues, alone, scared of abandonment, been abused. But this might be a mistake. All of this. He sucked on your pins and f***ed your chair for God's sake. You have to be careful. You might just be falling into his trap. Or maybe falling for him so quickly, girl? I think you're Ooh, choice. Hold on. Excuses us to the bathroom, thinking of a better reply. I do want to feed into his delusions because I feel like we get the most content and craziness out of it. Your heart palpitates and the room swelters. It really sweet. Right, yeah, you do. At least a little. You really think that about me? His tail is wagging. His face is beaming. A cute little smile playing on his lips. Yeah, I think. And further he flourishes. His dark and lidded eyes now bright and sunny. Don't know how to repay you for the food. For saying good about me. Have years of loneliness convinced this man that compliments and good gestures are always transactional. You don't have to repay me, just... Right, but... He sits up, life blossoming in his face. A massage with that, a what? A massage? You mean, give me a massage? That's... You don't have to go that far, buddy. It's fine. You don't have to repay me. You panic, waving your hands in front of you. You don't have to do that. Right. But God, would it feel amazing? His hands are huge. I know I don't have to, but... His stature softens, and a rush of uncharacteristic timidness paints his face. He pops up from his chair and reaches his massive arms out in your direction. As your stunned lips open to object, he's already placing his hands on your shoulders. Let me know if it hurts. He clears his rugged throat and settles in behind you. I'm pretty strong. That's a fucking understatement. This man could twist you into a pretzel 10 times over without a second thought. In fact, that thought alone, paired with how he treated your chair this morning, should be causing terror to coil in your stomach. Instead, it's making you wet as hell. How long has it been since a man gave you a massage? Have you ever had it? Are we that desperate? Not like this. His first movements are slow, methodical. It feels like time has stopped. His calloused fingers dig into your shoulders, the way a seasoned baker might knead the finest dough. He's strong, but gentle, purposeful, like every stroke of his hands have been planned for weeks. His index fingers and thumb work in diligent circles, teasing the collar of your too stiff shirt and the collarbones of your too stiff shoulders. The scent of his body musk wafts into your nose as he loosens knots you weren't even aware existed. The knot's gone, and that one, and ooh, that one too. Have you done this before? It takes everything in you not to moan, his sensual massage liquefying both your guard and your mind. You're so good at this. The smell of sweat on him is stronger now. Lester always smells faintly of sweat, and you might nod along when others complain about it, but secretly it's delectable to you. We got a little scent fetish here. Do we just want to sniff his armpits, maybe? Comforting. Animalistic. What is it science says? You will enjoy the body odor of a man you find attractive. It's completely true, especially mixed with the ever hastily picked clearance cologne he wears. How are you so good at this? You call out as he continues to press into your skin, hungry for his answer. He doesn't let up, but finally speaks. His voice is strong and thick like honey. Are you tenderizing me? Are you gonna eat me for your next meal? What? You had almost completely slumped in your chair, so you perk up and give another listen. To make good meat, you have to... He clears his throat. Tenderize it. Oh, interesting. You laugh, the strange answer catching you off guard. Well, whatever it is, you're really good at it. Lester's thick fingers stop for a moment. Like hearing you say that. At least that's what you think he says. He mumbles so much, it's hard to hear properly. It's true, Lester. Ouch! Lester abruptly clutches your shoulders and then stops all his actions, dropping his hands away from you. You wait for him to return to the massage, not ready to sit up again after feeling so relaxed. Were my muscles too much? You don't move. Neither does Lester, the only sound in the room being the irritating wall clock that you normally drown out. Never heard you say that. Huh? Say what? You roll your shoulders and neck, finally sitting up a bit, confused at his words. My name. Giving a crack of your neck, you stretch. Oh, is that what he's all... Okay, actually, now to think about it, I don't think we've ever said his name, at least to him. Your name? Yeah, it's Lester, right? The way he speaks, it makes you second guess yourself, like a teacher who accidentally called her student the wrong name for months. Not a word leaves his lips. The anticipation drives you wild, and after far too long, you turn to face him. Wow. There Lester stands, strong and tall, with an undoubtedly neon flush to his cheeks. Blushing? Lester? And here you thought him smiling was unfathomable. It's odd. Typically, Lester gives off such carefree and unperturbed air without an ounce of effort. Now, he's reeling, hungry to give off the same vibe and failing miserably. Are you alright? This isn't a Lester you're normally face to face with. And yet, this side is almost as, if not more enticing. He swallows hard, his Adam's apple bobbing uncomfortably. You cock your head to the side, studying him. What's got him so flushed and fiery? The massage? Telling him he made you feel good? Saying his name? Lester? You test your theory, your brows pinching in curiosity, and your lips lined up in determination. And he flinches, full body, like an arrow to the heart. Lester? You push your luck, saying his name again like that, almost breathy, teasing. He speaks. His usual low and gravelly voice, now slightly higher and fluttering. Get back to work. Already? He's right, but that was so good. That's fine. It's not. You're not ready for him to return to his mind-numbing work-related duties. But can't I return the favor? Girl, what kind of massage are you thinking about? If he won't continue yours, maybe you can do it for him instead. Give me a massage. Whoa, he's shivering. Did this man just step out of a deep freezer? Absolutely trembling. Like he's gonna pass out from the cold. Like he's been viciously stabbed with an icicle. Yeah, you gave me one, so I wanted to return the favor, you know? Up until now, Lester was always unreadable, blank-faced and silent, strange and obscure. He'd your chair and leave it with more questions than answers. Now, with his voice vibrating and his big hands trembling, he's clearly nothing more than a sexually repressed, almost middle-aged man. Yet, instead of egging you on with nasty pickup lines, or trying to sneak his hands down your shirt while he massages you like the most sexually repressed middle-aged men would, he's just existing, purely. He's just is. You sure? He pulls up his chair and sits back down, his shivering finally stopping like he's recovered from his frostbite. Can I? Take off your shirt! He innocently picks at his thick brow and gives a slight cough. Kinda sweaty, don't wanna make it worse. Wait, if he's shirtless, I can just stick my head in his pits and live my days there. You stand up, actually taller than him for once, and give him a crooked smile. And that's fine. Is it? You're really jumping off the deep end here. But witnessing Lester so human has created a newfound hunger in you. You want more. More vulnerability, more expressions, more humanity. All right? He grunts and begins the removal of his shirt. Honestly, it's erotic. Each button is a sharp whip crack to your spine. Each shuffle of the shirt is electricity through your veins. Each grunt of concentration is a bird pecking at your brain to stop this nonsense. To go back home before you proceed any further. It's too late. So many Are these work violations? Is this like something we need to go to HR about? I'm so glad there's like no one else here. Is a custodian just gonna walk in and see us? With one fell swoop, he's shirtless and insanely ripped, with rope after rope of carefully carved muscle underneath thick, luxurious body hair. Oh. More scars line the flesh of his taut body, bigger and deeper than you anticipated. You bite your lip, taking in every canyon, every curve, and valley that decorates his figure. Don't stare. My bad. Lester speaks up, tearing you away from your focus. Makes me nervous. He's one to talk. Sorry. You're not. It's not even close to payback, but you apologize anyway. It's okay. Let me know if I hurt you, okay? I'm pretty strong. To your poor attempt at flirting, he actually chuckles, dark and warm, like he hasn't heard a joke in ages, and for all you know, maybe he hasn't. Tenderly, you began the massage, draping your fingers over his shoulders, moving in gentle, direct circles. You expect him to melt into your sensual touch just like you had, but he's less like dough and more like a plank of freshly pressed plywood. His muscles are ridiculously thick, too thick. He's much too dense to squash and manipulate like he did to you. Wow, you're tense. When's the last time you got a massage? Never. Same, dude, same. He spits the answer out before you finalize the question in your head. It feels like... Geez, I can tell. Let me try a little harder. You dig and grind the heels of your palms into him, throwing in as much elbow grease as you can muster. There we go, it moves. His tough muscles twitch beneath your fingertips, and you take it as a sign to use even more strength. Slowly, his shoulders soften, like a ball of hard and dry clay melting in warm hands. Does that feel nice? With how his muscles are softening, your progress is clear as day, but a little positive feedback from him wouldn't hurt. Yes. Another characteristically curt answer. The desire to hear a moan like you almost did make you pout your pursed lips and sigh. Alright, fine. I loosen your shoulders a bit, but I can tell from here your chest is... Is this us just able to fill up his titties? You snake your hands a few inches down his front, the strands of his warm chest hair tickling the sensitive pads of your fingertips. Chest? He sounds hesitant. Yeah, I can tell it's really tight too. Oh! You stand up and wipe your hands on your shirt before sighing, irritation suddenly blanketing your voice. Irritation after what we just did to this man? Oh my god. Sorry. Lester folds his arms before leaning over his desk, and if he truly were a husky, his tail would be trapped between his legs in mortification. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Hell, I shouldn't have done any of this. You split your arms wide, your face decorated in exasperation. We've been here for hours, and you hardly got any work done. This has been a mess. You pinch the bridge of your nose and clamp your eyelids together. This was a mistake, so I think I'm gonna go head home. No, please stay. Fuck, this is gonna hurt. Lester, listen. You sit, running your fingers through your hair, and drop your eyes, terrified of the look you've earned by slashing him like this. I know what you did to my seat. Giving a groan, you pop to your feet and hide your face. And even knowing that I touched you tonight, I shouldn't have, and I'm sorry. I just need to go home. From now on, let's just forget this happened, okay? Jesus, I should have just told HR. Really? You should have just went to HR about everything instead of just massaging this man's body late at night? You don't give him time to answer. You're out the door, spiraling down the stairs instead of taking the elevator, sprinting like your life depends on it. You need to move. You're on edge. You're a mess. You're a terrible person, right? Or is he? Who the fuck is in the wrong here? Darting towards your car. Oh, the music? Oh no. A biofilled sickness blankets your stomach. This was such a fucking mistake. Why did you go through with all of that? Your legs giving out. You lean against your car in the amber moonlight and almost puke, almost sob, almost bash your car windows in. This sucks. Your tight and tired eyes crinkle, tears beginning to drown them, and you slam your fist onto the door of your car. You need to get home, to sleep, to fester and regret. You sink against the side of the car, a sob bubbling from your hoarse throat. No, not a sob. A wheezing shriek. Perfect timing! A noise no human would make unless they have no choice. Unless they're given no choice. A grab. Oh! A pull of your hair. A rag to your lips. A strange scent enters your lungs, and it clicks. You're not making it home tonight, Lottie, and that was decided a long time ago. Are we? Oh, that is perfect! A perfect way to end this video. A kidnapping. And in a basement with the cage! Oh my god! Oh my god! Y'all don't understand how much I enjoy cages. Also, there's a little meter here that says Affliction. So I guess it's how much we get this man to like us so he doesn't harm us. But we definitely all know who this is, right? All right, y'all. That was the prologue to your Affliction, Lester Diaz. I hope you guys all enjoyed that one. That is a wild, wild ride. Oh my god. I am enjoying it though. It just gets crazier and crazier. I definitely want to talk about the MC for a minute. She's a very interesting character, the way I'm thinking about it. Like, she definitely, like in the beginning, we saw how she dealt with all this harassment at her other job with men. Now she's at a new one, and a guy is harassing her, even though he's not actually touching her. Lester is harassing her, but she's thinking, you know, it's all right because it's not as bad as my previous job. The bar is in hell, just letting you guys know. Like, oh my god. Like, she's definitely trying to make some excuses for Lester. Like, she's giving him excuses. She's trying to make him seem more innocent than he should be when she's comparing him to like a dog, like a husky, like when he's looking sad, like pretending his ears and tails are drooping in sadness, stuff like that. So I'm very curious how this will all work out. Now, we all know Lester is the one who kidnapped her, and he definitely did so after the whole massage incident in the office. Once she gave him more attention than what she usually does every day, just drinking his coffee and stuff like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed that one. Definitely a lot of scenes, at least 2 to 3, have been cut out, just letting you guys know, because I am playing the full version, as I said earlier. As always, I have left links in my description. If you guys want to buy the game, definitely buy it if you are interested. Understandable though if you're not. This one is definitely, Lester's a bit different compared to the other Yanderes I am used to. It feels more real compared to like fantasy worlds, considering we're in like a work office with the whole sexual harassment and HR being mentioned. So it's understandable if something like this is not for you. Protect your peace and your mental health, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, what have you. If you enjoyed the video, I have lots more Yandere videos coming out. Trying to keep on a good schedule, releasing at least 2 to 3 videos per week. So look forward to those, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.